Hello again, this is Matt Burns for iloveitspicy.com, and today I'm doing up a review for you folks for Mr. B's White Lightning Wowsa Salsa. Wowza. So Mr. B's is a spinoff from KB Ranch out of St. Louis, Missouri. Their proprietors are Mark Bowers and Roxanne King, and they were kind enough to send me a couple products to review for you folks here at I Love It Spicy. The first of which will be the White Lightning Wowsa. The first thing you're going to see with this salsa is it's looking like a homemade canned or jarred salsa that you would make yourself. If you had the garden, if you had the peppers, you had the fresh tomatoes and the fresh produce, you might make that yourself, but for those of us who didn't, thank goodness we've got somebody who does that for us. You can see right here, and I definitely want you to see this. I mean, look at the ingredients. You can see the chunks in here. You can see the tomatoes. You can see the pepper seeds. You can see the garlic, onion. It's not overly blended, and looks like a nice balance. The color is a gorgeous red. And you know, let's look back at color again. Look at that label. Some love went into that label right there. We've got the greens, the orange, the yellow. Looks like fall harvest colors, and doesn't look any fresher. I don't see how you can make it look much fresher than that to me. So, looking at all that wonderful stuff, we're going to back out for a moment and move to something else I thoroughly enjoy. Is a clear to read nutritional facts and ingredients label. Now that is as clear as you can make it. It's still looks nice. Doesn't take away from the product at all. You know, I know some people are concerned about that, and this is exactly what I'm looking for in a jarred or canned salsa. I want to come back and read some of those ingredients for you. The first one on the list we've got is tomatoes, base of a salsa, and you're going to notice it doesn't say tomato paste. It doesn't say tomato sauce. It says tomatoes, and that's a earmark of a fresh tomato, fresh salsa base. They've got onions listed next, and here's where the heat kicks in. We've got, for us chili heads, a little bit of Boot Jalakia, ghost pepper. We've got the Trinidad scorpion pepper, and then we've of course got our bases. We've got the apple cider vinegar, which is slightly rare for a salsa, lemon juice, ginger, garlic, sea salt, olive oil, and black pepper. So I mean, everything there just screams fresh. There's nothing here that sounds like they're taking a canned product and recanning it whatsoever, and I'm sure that's what they want to get that out to myself and you folks here as well. So when I received this one here, being from New Mexico, and it looks fresh, let's see how it smells. So right off the bat, you smell the tomatoes, you smell the garlic, you smell the onions. And you do feel the heat. You can actually feel the heat coming out of the jar. Now the Wowsa comes with a little slightly difficult to read. Caution, extremely spicy. Warning right here on the side. And it is spicy. I'll tell you that it'll kick in the back of your throat, although not necessarily overwhelmingly so. The few things I tried it on right off the bat, had to try it on a potato chip, or a tortilla chip. So we did the tortilla chip. We've done we did the fish tacos, and I also had some leftover potatoes that I placed on the potatoes and a little bit on my eggs, and worked out excellent on all of those. The only slight exception being the potato chip itself, or I'm going to do this, the tortilla chip, and I'll show you what I mean. And the tortilla chip, when you try to dip that up in here, this salsa is rather runny. So we're going to go ahead, and you can get yourself some fresh ingredients up here, but you got to watch, see how that drips. And that right there is the only thing I noticed, that if you put that on your plate, you put that in your tacos, you put that on your eggs, and you get a bunch in there, it'll tend to pool a little bit to the side, and I don't necessarily want my flavor running away from me. I'm inviting that in. So I'll tell you, gives you a kick in the back of the throat. But it's a good kick. It's a nice, you know, nice even heat. It kind of sits there for a minute, lets you taste it. It's got a good flavor to go along with it, and doesn't continue to accelerate for 5-10 minutes later. Doesn't send you running right away for you know, refreshing milk or a water or something to try to cool it down, which is good. You don't want to be drinking milk with your, well, not with everything anyway. So on the flavor, again, the consistency, the flavor is great. The consistency, a little thin for my taste. Another thing I tried to do is I tried looking them up on the websites, find out a little bit more about the company. I hadn't heard of Mr. Bs before. Seemed like they have a store up at Square Up. I found that they had an online presence at Facebook, at Pinterest. There was an outdated website link, but they do have on the products they sell their email, which is Mr. Bs Salsa at yahoo.com. And feel free to hit them up there. Let them know that iloveitspicy.com sent you, and see what they can find for you that fits your taste. It looks like they have a ton of produce, salsa, glaze options, you name it, jams, and see what they can find to fit your needs. Now I'm going to move on to the reviews here for it and tell you that the heat itself is up there. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 flaming hearts on the heat, because I can actually taste that back there. It's great, but it's not so hot that, you know, I don't have the hiccups here. The overall product itself, I'm going to do 4.5 flaming hearts, just due to the freshness, the packaging, ingredients, you know, the love that went into it. That's a 4.5 flaming heart product right there, hands down. The only things that I would add to that would be, for myself, I like my salsa a little bit thicker. You know, again, I don't want it pooling on the plate and running off of the chip while I'm trying to watch the game. So at that, I'll leave you with their website or their email address one more time, which is MrBsSalsa at yahoo.com. You can visit us and see more reviews at iloveitspicy.com. Again, I'm Matt Burns. You have a great evening.